morning I'm talking to Wade Barnes from DeKalb. How are you, Wayne?
I'm well. How you doing this morning, Amy?
I am good, thank you. Gosh, we're a couple of months into this already. How did the transition go over there?
Um, the transition is being experienced across the country and even the world. It's been different. You've had some challenges. I look at those as opportunities. But for the most part, I mean, in the cab, I think we transitioned well. Areas of improvement, absolutely, that have been identified. But overall, it really went well.
You guys had just a strong technology infrastructure, I feel like. The the progress towards one to one, all of the devices, all of those things in place must have helped.
Yeah, so we're a one-to-one district. Of course, that there comes dealing with sustainability for the one-to-one, which is huge. We were able to pretty much seamlessly transition. Once the call came that students were not being in the building any longer.
Well, and other schools I'm talking to, having the devices is step one. You guys were there. Access at home, step two. What kind of challenge was that for y'all?
Well, what comes to my mind with that is we some of our population are economically disadvantaged. And so that connectivity, of course, is on the forefront of our minds and providing that connectivity for our students, whether it be hotspots or we've partnered with, several, different companies to try to provide that relief during this time and provide that access so they can get to their student management system. I look at that as a continuous challenge, as us at the school district. And we're continuously finding and trying to find ways to alleviate that disparity.
Well, and I know from talking to you that you're really focused on making sure the district has scalable, sustainable, data driven solutions. What kind of data and reporting do you look at to figure out if this is working and how you can improve?
Yeah, so data is you can never have too much data, all right, which is amazing, but fine tuning that data so it's actually usable. That's most important. It's what you do with that data, and leveraging your resources and leveraging third parties and with network security, also at the forefront because you have to secure it. So it's just collecting that data in a central repository, so to say, that's easy to read.
So you mentioned safety, security, making sure students are doing what they should, all of those things. How is Relay helping you out, or what's the impact there for remote learning?
Yeah, it's been an awesome tool, right? So what I like about it brings the parent back into teaching and learning, right? It's the ability for a parent to see what their child is doing, how effective their child has been, have a insight into what their students are doing. That's an invaluable tool, and we'll continue to leverage light speed. Of course, it comes with the ability to block content, things of that nature, and have metadata as a holistic view, for our curriculum instruction partners to actually see, is this effective? It's very flexible, scalable. Yeah, it integrates very well into our infrastructure. So I think it's an awesome tool.
I also know you're always really busy over the summer. You tend
Mhm.
to walk in with a summer project list while the students and staff are off the campus. And I'm sure it's no different this year. Maybe the list is different. What are you guys focused
Yeah,
on to try to be ready for whatever fall brings?
yeah, absolutely. So it's flexibility, right? And that's the biggest thing I would say is definitely flexibility. It's the ability to support again, what we're here for, student and learning, no matter what it looks like. Safety and security, flexibility to support teaching and learning is paramount. Do we stagger kids or we bring half in sometimes? I mean, plan for the best, but prepare for the worst. No matter where that student is, they have an ability to pick up a device, to have access so they can connect to their content. They're able to see their teacher
If you make that connection, a teacher to a student, that's the first step. Then you have the essential foundation for improving learning and improving instruction.
Absolutely.
But without that initial connection, like, where do you go with professional development or anything? You need to start there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any final words of advice or lessons learned for other schools out there going through the same thing?
I would just say is get back to the basics, get back to the fundamentals, and providing a resilient, flexible environment. So that's it. Just get back to the fundamentals.
Great advice. Thank you very much for your time, Wade. It was good to see you and talk to you.
Yeah, yeah. You also, Amy.